He was a pound and a half over at the first attempt and had to make it 3 times before he actually got there.
Well, that won't really help him against somebody that's hits as hard as what Witter does. Witter's looks exceptional, I think, in his certainly his last 3 fights for me.
Worth reminding you that, of course, Kotelnik did pick up a silver medal in the Olympic Games in 2000, representing the Ukraine, before, of course, he moved to Germany, and he lost to Mario Kindelan in the final. And he fought Kindelan 4 times, won one of them, lost the other 3. So, obviously, world-class amateur, Duke.
Yeah, he's a world-class amateur, but I keep banging on about Witter. You know, the guy's got great reflexes, and he seems to be punching harder now than he's ever done.
Well, I can't argue with that, and when I was asked earlier how long this would go, I said, well, I think it's unlikely to last into the 5th round, to be honest with you. As soon as Kotelnik starts to feel the weight of Witter's punches, I think he's going to start feeling that this was probably a mistake.
Well, they don't really call him the hitter for nothing. The guy can obviously punch at this weight division. What's more important is that he's so full of confidence right now. Not overconfident, but just, you know, brimming with it. He's very, very patient, is Witter. You know, he's got good reflexes, as I've already said. He switches from southpaw to the orthodox stance with effortless ease.
Well, I think, though, taking a look at Kotelnik here in this opening session, doesn't want to try everything in the locker too soon, does he?
No. The good thing about Witter is 9 times out of 10 he doesn't know what he's going to do, so it's just reaction, spontaneous.
Yes, that's a very good point, but not a great deal between them in this opening session. It is a 12-rounder, of course. For a major championship, still these days, of course, the European.
Both boxers just using this round as a sparring session, just looking for openings.
So, of course, in this first 3 minutes, both men have been working out how best to exploit the weaknesses of the other. And, well, I've got to say, pretty decent left jab here from Kotelnik to start with, Duke.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to keep the centre of the ring and make Witter do all the running.
Only takes 1 punch, doesn't it?
It certainly does. But this boy Witter's got every punch in the book. Look, switched effortless to the southpaw stance.
Got to say, there's never been much between them in this opening session, and it's so often the case, of course, in championship contests. Both lads do a nice left hand there from Witter to end this first session. Big reddening mark there on the forehead.
So what I like about Witter more recently is just he doesn't rely on the single punch. He puts nice little combinations together.
So round 2 coming up then. The first round was a bit cat and mouse-ish, with neither man really getting the edge, but we both think, that Junior just about nicked the first round.
I think so. You know, he's the champion. The other guy never really looked too busy doing too much, so I'd be inclined just to stick my neck out. Witter's first round. Okay,
and don't forget that Kotelnik finished with quite a red mark on his forehead from a little left hook there again from Witter. Yes, he switched to southpaw for a second, then he banged in a left cross and left a red mark on the forehead of the German challenger. German stroke Ukrainian, of course. And I have a feeling that the pace will increase in this round, Duke.
I think so. You know, Witter's, again, he just likes to just spar for an opening, but when he sees it, he's like a cobra, just strikes.
For the record, by the way, at the moment, 31 wins for Junior Witter. Very good recent form, by the way. 19 knockouts, 1 defeat, and 2 draws in 34 outings. And for Kotelnik, he's won 24, lost just 1. And that was to the very smooth, slick Frenchman Suleiman Mbaye.
See, Witter's just standing in front of his opponent. Not really taunting him, but he's not doing too much movement. He's just allowing him to lead off where he can counter-punch.
Well, half a decent right there for Kotelnik a moment ago.
Kotelnik's got a nice high guard. He really has. He's nice and compact.
Yes, he's a useful boxer, Andriy Kotelnik, and don't forget, you know, Duke, he's been there and done it, got the T-shirt, you know, he's been a top-class, world-class amateur for some years, and of course, only one defeat so far in 25 outings as a professional. You know, he's in good form, isn't he?
Oh, sure, he'll have plenty to bring to the table, but, you know, I've got to emphasise the point, if he beats Witter tonight, should he be so lucky, it would be a major, major shock.
Yes, indeed, Junior Witter, of course, on the verge of a world title fight. Arguably, of course, and I say arguably, one of the best light welterweights in the country. And the fight people have been really out for it is against Ricky Hatton.
They certainly are. I mean, what a tremendous fight that would be. But, you know, if I was Witter's camp, I'd be more inclined to try and get him one of the other versions of the championship. Then that Hatton fight makes it more attractive.
Yes, I agree. So Junior's using a slightly greater bit of variety in this second session, and as a result, I think Kotelnik hasn't changed a great deal at the moment. He'll probably go down in this one as well. Sweeping left hook there from Witter. Took a short one back though for Kotelnik.
Well, Kotelnik's not going to find Witter out with just single punches. You know, he is being out jabs, and Witter introduces the right hand every now and again. So Kotelnik's got to start stepping on the gas a little bit. If he wants to look for some success and get it, he's got to put some combinations together.
So round 3 coming up then of this scheduled 12 rounder for the European Light Welterweight Championship. The 31-year-old Junior Witter looks like he may have won the first couple of rounds here against his challenger, Andriy Kotelnik, 27 years of age, based in Hamburg, but from the Ukraine originally. So round 3 it is, and Witter starts with his right hand forward in the southpaw stance. Duke?
Well, how do you make this guy out? You know, he starts with a southpaw stance and he switches back to the lefty, and he does it really, really well. So, you know, Kotelnik's got to start to up the pace if he can. But every time he gets a tactic and he tries to adopt it, which just switches back again. So it's going to take a real lot of thought.
It's a terribly difficult fight, this one, for Kotelnik, and it's a terribly difficult fight also for his connections, because they've had to come to Britain. For once in their lives, you know, a German is contesting a title on foreign soil, and they're not used to that. And, you know, he's up against it here as well, against one of the leading light welterweights in the world. Yeah,
that just doesn't happen too often. So, but it's nice to think that, you know, times have changed. There was a time where British fighters had to go to Italy and fight for European titles day in, day out, because, you know, the promoters just couldn't win the purse bid. So, but it's all changed now. Witter's got the advantage of home backing.
Yes, indeed, and Witter there got through with 2, 3, 4 good punches. Brought a wry smile from the face of Kotelnik.
It's Witter's turn now to try and hold the centre of the ring and back Kotelnik up. Just pouring with that southpaw lead. Just trying to sucker him into that straight left. It's a hurtful punch when Witter delivers it.
Well, a right hand there from Andriy Kotelnik. It's the only punch I think he's landed in this round so far. Well, it's still very much a cat and mouse battle here, Duke, isn't it? Neither man has really asserted themselves. The best round so far, the fight so far for Junior Witter, without a doubt. But Kotelnik, still, there's something about him, isn't there? He's got this stoical kind of attitude.
Yeah, he's, you know, he isn't really doing too much, and he's letting these early rounds slip away. And you can't afford to give rounds away to Junior Witter, you really can't.
Little right hand, left hook there, just missed from Kotelnik. So getting a slightly more ambitious here now in round 3. And of course knows he has to. As Duke just commented, you can't let rounds slip away against Junior Witter. But commanding boxing this, I think, from the champion. And again, he's also the British and the Commonwealth champion too. The only thing he lacks is a world championship. Nice right there from Kotelnik. One to the chest. Good round though for Witter.